Alright, here we go with another match. Like I said, we're just going to do these in post. Don't know how many of these I'll put out, but there's still quite a few of them recorded that I haven't done any commentary on. So yeah, let's just get into it. So this was the first Vali map that I played for this week, and as you can see here, it's a formidable lineup. Definitely not something that you'd be looking to tank. I would not recommend trying to tank this because Camilla is just going to blow you up. And then Lynn is going to make her way down to the back row somehow. So yeah, just not a lot of safe spaces here. This is not like a therapy session that you want to... This is not somewhere you would go for a therapy session. You'd definitely get beat up here. Yeah. And this is also something that's kind of difficult to play into, primarily because of the terrain effect. And as you can see here, I don't have a lot of options to counter that on this team. I am still dying to get like maybe a Cav Lumera that can, actually do damage, or at the very least Gale Force. That would be beneficial. But man, this current terrain is a pain to deal with. It really slows everything down, and I'm honestly over it. It's not even been... Has it been a month? I don't know, but it's not been very long, and I feel like this is the most oppressive thing since Camilla, to be honest. Yeah, so those are the things that are really hindering us on this map. So we've got to go player phase. It's going to be difficult here with the pair up here on Alencia. I think this is a fantastic fodder to her. It makes her faster. Faster is good for that unit, even though I still don't see her having a ton of longevity because so far every ult of Lucina has been underwhelming, which is peculiar. It's difficult to identify, but every ult of Lucina has been pretty bad so far. Well, I guess this version of Valencia having Lucina incorporated into it is probably going to be bad as well in the future, or near future, to be honest. Got Vali here. Vali is very difficult to outspeed. This gets some insane speed. I had to, like, in the matches that you'll see further on, or if I do put them out, I had to do a bunch of shenanigans just to win the speed check and take her out. So far, I found that brave hits seem to be the main way to counter her. So you definitely want to be hitting multiple times in a single round of combat to take her down. Erica Ring, Natural Braves, whatever the case may be, definitely, which means you definitely want to win the speed check. So it's kind of hard to win against her. But then also at the same time, she misses a ton of kills, especially in that first combat. So it's probably not something that you have to worry about too much, but you probably want to get her off the board. You don't want to keep her around for very long if you can avoid doing it. Like, I was watching Rocket Gal's matchup showcase with her, and that was the most boring thing I have seen in Faye related terms in a long time, and I can imagine how bored she must have been going through those matchups individually and having to do them again and again and again just to put that video out. So credits to her, man. I could not have done that. Interesting that she didn't skip it altogether, because I know that she skips a couple of them. But yeah, it was not enjoyable, but I mean, it definitely showcased the power of the unit and where her strengths and weaknesses lied. So I mean, definitely good to have, to be able to know how to deal with the unit. But in practice, so far from what I've seen, you just gotta win the speed check and barring that, hit multiple times. Brave hits kind of do damage to her. But yeah, as I was saying about the Alencia, or the Lucina rather, so far all of her versions have been, in my opinion, undercooked. Well, it's hard to say that the first one was undercooked since it changed the meta so much, but the second one was definitely undercooked, the Lance version. And I think they were probably just trying to replicate what the original version had and make it better with distant counter being incorporated. But damage output has skyrocketed, and that's really like the thing that's taking her down now. She's just not living a hits, which I guess the same can be said of most units. It's really hard to find, like the Vali, I guess, is the primary example of that, and then, you know, Black Knight, of course, in terms of the tankiest of tanks, but most units are dying to one hit these days, and it's an interesting balance in terms of where we are in the meta. But if there's ever a skill that allows her to survive more in terms of combat, or just gives her some additional damage reduction, because that's definitely one of the things that she needs, then I think the Silencia ult will definitely move from a paper unit, which is currently what she is, to something that can have a bit more longevity in the meta. I mean, just looking at the stats, 54, 51, visible, with bonuses, of course. You'd think that that would make her a lot more durable than she is, but she dies to the units that we have here pretty easily. But then, granted, these units hit pretty hard, so I probably shouldn't hold it against her as a negative, but I still feel like she's a bit undercooked. She could have been a bit bulkier, but then bulk versus speed, so there's always that age-old debate in terms of which one is better, not just in Fire Emblem, but in pretty much every game. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, it's a conundrum that you have to face in every game that you play, you know. But yeah, Hearthfalker is still doing the damage here. Great unit, still one of the best mythics, even though Peony is, I must say, at least number 3. It's what? Lyn, Hearthfalker, and then Peony, in my opinion, for light season mythics. Like, who else is there aside from those that you would really put in the mix in terms of just being that good? Like, the drive bonuses that Peony has to offer actually clutch still to this day in the game. They really help out in the pinch, and if you can find, you know, if we get more skills that will improve or increase the amount of drive support that she has, Peony won't age badly. She's still doing very, very well, in my opinion. Going with Fur here because I don't want to mess up my initiation. Fur needs to be able to take out Rhea. And then we gotta figure out, because of the ice here and we don't have a way to get over it, gotta figure out a way to get to Lucina, because those are the 2 dual units and I need my dual buttons to do stuff. So those 2 units need to go. Golvig is currently stuck in the back, which is unfortunate. Definitely, it's really beneficial to have a unit like Tana or Noma. That one green mage that lets you warp all over the place. But yeah, it's really beneficial to be able to just have that additional movement, because it's so easy to get stuck. I kind of probably overlooked how beneficial the what is her future focus or whatever ability that Kavesa has that allows you to warp. I may have overlooked or not emphasized how good that effect is on this Golvig, because having additional mobility is really, really good, because it's the difference between Peony getting stuck in a spot that will essentially rule her out of combat entirely, or, you know, getting you an extra action, and that's extra action is usually a really, really good thing to have. So Golvig being a beacon of some sort, or allowing, you know, more mobility to your team, is definitely a good thing. I've noticed that this week I've been using this colorless Golvig way more, Ninja Golvig, than the summer version. Not to say that the summer version is bad, it's just the team composition, to be honest. Like, the team composition that the summer Golvig is on does not have anyone on there that can reliably take out Black Knight. So it's you know, it's not a team that I can really use that often. Once there's going to be like a really bulky save, I probably won't be able to use that team, and it's kind of unfortunate because it's the team that I am most familiar with, and it scores me a ton of points and typically easy wins. I can get done in like 4 minutes with that team. But yeah, I don't know. I've been looking at, you know, ways to potentially upgrade it, but Yunaka is a mainstay. Lucina is a mainstay. Golvig I mean, has to be there. Plumeria, of course, and then Peony, and then Lynn, who's bonus. Perhaps Lynn would be the option that you would replace, but you know that's not happening until you get another unit that unlocks the extra slot, or unless you want to put Lynn in the extra slot, and then I still need another mythic. So, you know, I don't believe we're getting another combat light mythic for some time. So, well, we got Astra and Dark. We're probably gonna get Anima. We'll get a new book soon, so Anima and Light are actually on the cards. I doubt it's gonna be a defense mythic, so probably gonna get another light mythic soon. Interesting. But then the last rune was a light mythic, so would they really? But I mean, rotation-wise, it's looking like we should be getting a light mythic, and we just got Lynn. So maybe Anima? I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna give us for the new book OC. Maybe it won't even be a mythic. Maybe it'll be something entirely new. I don't know, but there's definitely something coming up. And it's more than likely something that we're going to be able to use in Ether raids. Hopefully that unit will be able to help that particular team out, the Golvec team, in terms of just being able to take out Black Knight, who is aging like fine wine. He came out this year, and he is still going. I think around this time, Emblem Ike was dying out. But Black Knight is still going. The reflex mechanic is going to be one of those things that stick around in the game. Fjorm had it originally, but the thing about Fjorm is that if you didn't do any damage to her, then there's really nothing for her to reflex back. But then BK, because he adds that endless darkness or whatever his special is to the reflex damage, it just boosts the damage.
I will hide in shadow.
And you're always doing big numbers.
Name a target.
And there's also something to consider that this version, or Rune, Alphador, is definitely going to get an ult at some point, because this current version of him isn't really that powerful. So there's definitely going to be an ult. Whether or not that ult will be another mythic, I doubt it, because he already has a mythic version. So it's going to be seasonal or base game, which is going to be interesting to see what it does. Again, definitely has to be stronger, because this rune was just not very good in my opinion. So we got bonus copying, bonus giving out, same things that Alphador did, plus empathy. Empathy is just a bonus. So yeah, Rune's ult is going to cook. He's going to hit really hard whenever that comes out. But yeah, we're finally able to get through, and now we're just doing everything that we wanted to do to begin with. The distant counter has not been a problem so far, as you can see with the Vali, or breaking through the Miracle, and then the Brave hit is taking them out. So the Miracle at the very least is good, but the distant counter not so much of a problem.
I will hide in
Get this Byleth KO, which is very nice. Probably would have KO'd if we had used regular Golvec. I think Summer Golvec, would have probably lost. We've got to get rid of Elencia here as well. That's a lot of damage reduction, to be fair, but she was gonna really be a threat. She needed way more than that. Don't want to get stuck here, so I gotta figure something out. Or didn't want to get stuck here, so I had to figure something out in terms of breaking some structures and allowing myself some room to maneuver. Like I said, we're gonna pin Vali here, or I didn't mention it, but Vali was pinned, and yeah, needed to make sure that we're able to do that. Traps in the way, terrain in the way, no way to cleanse the terrain, always annoying. That aside, this match is pretty much over. Was really challenging, took me a lot longer than what you see here on the screen, but you know, I was able to pull it through. Again, the terrain effect was the main thing slowing me down, and then it was interesting to see that. I think overall this defense, if they had Black Knight in that spot, I probably wouldn't have been able to win. I still think PK is the better save, and he's aging in that direction as well. Or I don't know if that's my thought, or I think I hate physical save. Yeah, I think that it's Black Knight. He's just the better save unit. So that's the reason why I haven't dropped him from my Anima defense. It's done far better since I've incorporated him into it because, like I said, damage output is like kind of challenging in the current meta. It's not damage output that's challenging, it's doing enough damage. There's some units like Hearthvelger and the Sphere that don't struggle in that department, but then, you know, there's scenarios where, like, Yoma, for instance, who hits for 0 on that first hit and then does 1 billion damage with the follow-up. So yeah, you definitely need the BK support just to make that more consistent. At least for anime season, that's what I found that I needed. And I probably mentioned that before, but yeah, nothing has really been added to the game that has changed that to this point. You know, we're still just, you know, going and going and going. Nothing new to really talk about. Yeah, nothing's really going on. I mean, I haven't even bought any of the seasonal packs for like Black Friday deals and stuff, which is normally the case. Normally I would have gotten, like last year I bought a couple of them, but I haven't spent $1 since, I mean, not to like, it's not like that serious of a thing to point out, but you know, aside from the Fey Pass, which I still think is very valuable, I'd love to not have to redo an entire map just because I make a mistake. It's still fantastic. And then even in what's that game mode called? Let's see. The one that we just had, Voting Gauntlet. Even in Voting Gauntlet, sometimes I have to surrender now because if there's not, if I match into a game in Voting Gauntlet and I don't have a unit, let's say I'm running Gris, and the team that I get can't kill Black Knight, I instantly have to surrender because that's just what that game is now, or that's just how powerful BK is. And then sometimes there's just situations where, you know, you get really close and you get that, if you had that rewind feature to get the special off, then you can get the KO that way. So it's beneficial to have the Fey Pass, I think. But yeah, not that much. I mean, you got the rerun of certain units. There are not any points really. There isn't really any points to pull for them. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to summon on this legendary this mythic banner, because I have like 15 orbs left over after trying to get Shez. So I don't know. It's kind of running out of time. We're gonna get another banner soon, and then from there, I don't know what's going to be. Might not be possible to summon on this to get Vali and Alfador. Might have to just skip it, which I think I've only skipped Diamant as a mythic legendary so far. So, well, at least it would give me more things to summon for, more units to summon for, because I'm missing quite a few. I don't have Lapis, I don't have the Tharja and the Noir, so there's a couple of units that I'm missing. So I'm actually considering skipping the banner altogether just to save orbs.
Nerve-wracking.
It's not that I don't think Vali is a good unit. It's just I'm still running Tree Man on defense. Like, that hasn't changed. And then the Miracle, I'm still using Rhea for that Miracle. So unless I'm swapping out Rhea, then yeah, I haven't really solved my problem in terms of putting something threatening on defense into that extra space. Trianja takes us out. That's pretty much it, man.